Meeting called to order. Roll call.
Mr. Alvaro.
Present.
Ms. Calderon. Mr. DeCosta. Ms. Coffinger.
Here.
Mr. Lombardi. Mr. Luna.
Here.
Ms. Ryan.
Here.
Vice President Dunn.
Here.
President Gomez.
Here. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. In accordance with the provisions of the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law, the New Milford Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published by having the date, time, and place thereof in the record, New Milford Public Library, New Milford Borough Hall, and the main office of all New Milford Public Schools. The board announces that under its long-standing policy, it will not discuss in public any comments made by members of the public concerning individual staff members. At this time, please be advised that all cell phones and electronic devices are to be turned off. Meetings of the board are open to the public, and all members of the community should feel free to participate. Before coming to the board, the chain of command should be followed. There are two portions of the meeting reserved for comments from the public. The first at the beginning of the meeting for agenda items only, and the second at the end of the meeting for other items. Issues raised by the public may or may not be responded to by the board, but all comments will be considered. The board requests that all members of the public be mindful of the rights of other individuals when speaking. Due to confidentiality and legal rights afforded by the state of New Jersey, members of the public are asked not to speak negatively or in a derogatory manner about any employee of the board or any student. Okay, Committee of the Whole. I seek a motion to approve minutes for March 13th work, March 13th close, March 14th close, March 19th regular, March 19th close, meeting 1, March 19th close, meeting 2, and March 27th special close. I need a second. Cheryl Calderon, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so Mackenzie's not here today, so we're going to start with the State of the District review of the budget for school year 2024-2025.
Mackenzie did email and say that she had a conflict because they were getting ready with their dress rehearsal for the show. So she did apologize, and we told her no problem, and we look forward to seeing her on stage this weekend. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our district's annual budget presentation, also known as the State of the District Address for the 2024-2025 school year. This evening serves as a pivotal moment where we collectively assess the state of our district and chart the course for the upcoming school year. Tonight, let us reflect on the journey we embarked upon together over the past year. A journey marked by triumphs and challenges, each one shaping us into a stronger, more unified district. We've encountered unprecedented obstacles that have tested our resolve, demonstrating our unwavering commitment to providing a high-quality education, no matter the circumstances. Last year was a testament to our resilience as a community, and we look forward with a renewed sense of purpose and determination. While minor in comparison to last year's reduction, the 2024-2025 budget reflects a loss of $10,730 in state aid funding. Still, our budget continues to reflect our ongoing commitment to our students. We have prioritized academic, co-curricular, and extracurricular programming, ensuring that no staffing cuts are necessary. Essential services, such as tiered interventions, special education, and athletics, have all been preserved. Additionally, we have focused on class sizes across all grade levels to ensure optimal learning environments for all of our students. We continue to provide rigorous and engaging curricula aligned to the New Jersey Student Learning Standards. We integrate social-emotional learning to develop students' self and social awareness and responsible decision-making. We ensure all students have access to high-quality opportunities, regardless of background or abilities. We implement policies and procedures that promote diversity, equity, and inclusion within our school community. We build partnerships with families and community organizations to support student learning and well-being. We support opportunities for career exploration, skill development, and real-world experiences, emphasizing critical thinking, problem solving, and adaptability. We prioritize the physical and mental health of students through wellness programs, robust counseling services, and health education. We leverage technology to enhance teaching, learning, and communication. Furthermore, we are investing in key facility projects, including the renovation of a K-1 IBC classroom, 2 small group instructional spaces that will be converted into a full-size classroom, and the renovation of an underutilized high school classroom for increased student use throughout the entire school day. Through the utilization of School Development Authority, or SDA, ROD grant funding and capital reserve funding, we look forward to the anticipated installation of a new roof at B.F. Gibbs Elementary School, a new roof at New Milford High School, and the high school auditorium HVAC. These infrastructure improvements are essential to modernize our facilities, enhance safety measures, and provide an environment for optimal teaching and learning experiences. Looking ahead, we anticipate the need for a referendum to address our broader infrastructure requirements. While this presents a significant undertaking, it is a necessary step to ensure that our facilities align with our educational goals. I am confident that together, as a community, we will navigate the challenges and continue to build a brighter future for our students. I would like to take a moment to extend my appreciation to Dr. Kuchar for her preparation of this budget. Stephanie's leadership, strategic insight, and commitment to our educational mission have been instrumental in guiding us through the complexities of financial planning. Her attention to detail, coupled with her innovative approach to problem solving, have ensured that our budget not only meets our current needs, but also paves the way for future growth and success. I would also like to extend my gratitude to the entire leadership team for their contributions, and thank you to those who are in attendance this evening, including Dr. Chris Mollis, Mr. Dalala, Mr. Manupelli, Mrs. Torrey, we have Mr. Peroni here, Ms. Perna, Ms. Ginley, Ms. Pellicastro, Dr. Bennett Perot, and Ms. Peterfront. Did I miss anybody? No, right? Okay. This is a really nice turnout. Thank you all for coming. Your ongoing commitment to the students of New Milford doesn't go unnoticed. Thank you for your support. Okay. I actually went on to, I was going to move into the exciting part with the students, but I think I'm going to pause here and we will shift to, we'll go to Dr. Perot and then we'll do the slides and then we'll do the video at the end with the kids. If that is okay. Okay.
Where should I sit?
Are you ready to talk about the slides?
So on there.
So
Can you flip that to the screen? Yeah.
And then it doesn't matter.
Okay.
yeah, it doesn't matter where you sit.
I think that's more important.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. So thank you for the opportunity to discuss the budget for the upcoming year. It's good to be back. I appreciate the impact the Department of Special Services has on the overall budget. As a board, you have been extremely supportive over the years for all of our programming needs. Your support has allowed us to maintain robust programs for all students with unique learning needs. I recognize that not all students can be educated in our district at this time. We anticipate 16 students attending out-of-district programs. While their needs are currently not able to be met here in district, we are always looking to bring them back into New Milford. I'm happy to report that we are bringing 2 students back into our district at the middle school level. Educating students in the least restrictive environment alongside their peers is always our top priority. In the past few years, you have supported us to open new classrooms based on needs. This has allowed us to maintain students in our school community. We now have a bubble of 10 preschool students in our IBC program who are turning school age and require programs. These 10 students will be included in the K-1 class. So the first grade students are now moving up, the kindergarten students are moving to first grade, and the new preschool students are moving up into that class. So that would create a rather large class. To maintain the highest quality of programs, we must open another IBC classroom. The first need is a kindergarten first grade class to be housed at Berkeley School. This will allow students access to their peers. We will then have a preschool class in each home building, allowing students to transition then to the next level, which would be kindergarten and first grade. All of that in their home school, which we haven't been able to do prior to this. This makes for a more inclusive environment for all. Educational goals will be better met with tailored instruction in a smaller setting. The budget impact is one new teacher. We then looked on the same slide here at our current grades 2 through 5 class. So it's one classroom that was educating students in grades 2 through 5. We were meeting, our requirement is there can't be more of a 4-year age gap between the youngest student and the oldest student. So we were in compliance with that. However, as you can imagine, what that looks like with our students there. With the current configuration, we would have 10 students. If we kept that classroom as a grade 2 through 5 class, we would have 10 students in that classroom. Something else to think about. Besides the 10 students, there's a teacher. In all likelihood, there would be 5 instructional assistants, all in that one area, which really is not in the best interest for our students and their growth. So we have to look beyond the number of students and concentrate on the totality of all the people in that classroom space. This includes therapists, teachers, and instructional assistants. So we are planning on splitting the current 2-5 classroom into a grade 2-3 class, which as you can see would have 6 students, and a grade 4-5 class, which would have 4 students. There is no additional staff need, as we are eliminating one of our 3 IBC preschool programs, and the position will be shifted from the preschool classroom to the grade 2-3 section, which is a new section. So there's no increase in staff for that. Next slide. The other bubble of students we see is in our IBC class at the high school. Next year, we are projecting 13 students in the program. Along with the 13 students, there will be a teacher and at least 7 instructional assistants. That's, again, dependent on what their IEP says. Along with the 13 students, there will be, throughout the day, related service providers are moving in and out of the classroom to provide mandated services. To maintain the quality of the program, this is another classroom that we must split into 2 sections. Our plan is to have a grade 9-10 section and then a grade 11-12 section. The grade 9-10 will allow us to help students with transition, start those pre-vocational skills. In the grade 11-12, more community-based instruction, more worksite readiness for them, so we can really dive into those goals there. The impact of the budget is 1 additional teacher. The demands placed on teachers in our IBC programs are great. They are expected to individualize learning to support all of the unique needs of students requiring ABA methodology. Having larger class sizes strains the resources and the professional staff throughout the school year. This can also create stressors for students as well. With the smaller class sizes, our goal is to reduce behavior incidents and will allow more intensive interventions in all of our specialized programs. We continually collect data and will always consider the impact of the programs we have. My hope is to provide an educational environment benefiting both students and with IEPs and their peers. We are able to maintain our nights of learning, resource room, and in-class support programs without any impact to the budget. Our unwavering commitment to excellent special education ensures that every student receives the personalized support and resources they need to thrive academically, socially, and emotionally. Are there any questions? Chance?
At the high school, how many IBC are there now? It's
There
projected 13.
are 8.
Okay.
And it was large. You know, they're in one classroom, having 8 students. I believe that there are 6 instructional assistants and a teacher. So the program that we're offering this year, we made it as successful as we can. It was a large number of students. And remember, the students are young men and women, so they take up a lot of space. It was a challenge, but we thrived.
Also a high level of activity in the classroom.
Yes, yes, and when I talk about the stressors, so if one student might be dysregulated and having a bad day, that can then transition to other students there that, you know, are sensitive to noise and, you know, a little bit of chaos and dysregulation. So that could have a very ripple effect. So that's what I talked about, the stressors that it could cause for other students too.
Are we receiving any students from other districts in any of these programs?
We have 2 students that will be in the grade 11-12 section. They've been with us through middle school. I didn't feel comfortable telling their directors that they can no longer attend our programs. We have not been able to bring in as many students as we typically do because our programs are so full. So the students that have been here, I feel an obligation to see them through to, you know, they graduate.
Thank you.
Can I just, for the board, when Dr. Perot said 1 additional staff needed, that means an additional staff member in special education, not an additional staff member in the budget. We, through retirements and resignations, there are other positions that we're not filling, so we're not adding an additional FTE to the budget. It's simply the special education department requires 2 additional teachers.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Anytime.
Any other questions?
She's reading my notes. Gotcha.
I think she thinks FTEs, I think
Yeah.
staffing is students, so that's why we're a good balance.
Yeah,
She's reading my mind now, so.
Yeah, scary, but.
Yeah, thank you so
Thank
much.
you. All right,
Thank you.
Thank you.
So for some of the budget highlights to start, it's sort of like a how did we get here overview. In the 24-25 budget would be the 3rd consecutive year of a significant increase in the state health benefits plan should it pan out. Right now, the projections are 11.76% for Direct 10, 11.93% for Direct 15. And those 2 plans are, the employees are contributing on a Chapter 78 basis, so they're paying a percentage of the premium, not a percentage of the salary. And then a 3.13% increase for the New Jersey Educators Health Plan, and a 12.51% increase for the Garden State Health Plan. And those 2 plans are paying on a Chapter 44 basis, which means the employees are paying a percentage of their salary instead of a percentage of premium. So this budget takes into account a 9% increase for the benefits line. Like Ms. Odoxa mentioned, last year we had a reduction in our state aid of $602,266. Unfortunately, this year we lost another $10,730. And we do have aging facilities. So all of those things are sort of the stressors and financial constraints on the budget. And what this budget is proposing is various supplies. We've done a really good job of hiring, maintaining our buses, and so we no longer are contracting many of our routes. We're even looking into this year, none of our non-public routes were picked up for bid, and so any student who lives in town and attends a private school received aid in lieu, and so we're looking at some of those times and perhaps taking some of those routes in districts as a cost savings, should there be enough students on a route. And then we also did in the 21-22 year, begin the direct install project, which took a look at our energy and gas bills, and we went high efficiency in our boilers at DEO and both elementary schools. The high school unfortunately has steam heat, so those boilers are not high efficiency, and then we have high efficiency lighting throughout the district. And so this is the 24-25 budget is the first budget that's going to realize some of those savings, and so we were able to reduce various utility lines. We also, like Ms. Odoxa mentioned, the capital reserve, we plan to, it's actually going in the newspaper on April 28th. We're bidding the high school roof project and the BF Gibbs project. We actually bid them separately, so they're two different bids, so they potentially could be the same contractor, two different contractors. And so the board is going to take some money out of capital reserve as well as use ROD grant funding for that. Internally, we have various maintenance projects that are planned for the summer of 2024. One of them is the renovation of a K-1 Berkeley classroom, which will include a bathroom in the classroom that meets the regulation for a kindergarten classroom requiring a toilet. The Gibbs small instructional spaces are going to full-size classrooms. At the high school, we have an ELL room that is sort of partitioned off into a storage closet. We're looking at different ways to expand that space to enhance the student learning in that room. We have various classrooms in the high school that will be have air conditioning installed. We also have the majority of Berkeley Street School receiving air conditioning. We are renovating a high school classroom, like Ms. Odoxa mentioned. We will be removing what we affectionately call the learning cottage from the DEO property. It's currently servicing as a preschool trailer. That classroom will be moving inside to one of the buildings. And we have various other maintenance projects scheduled for the summer, replacing lighting, ceiling tiles, painting, stuff like that. We were able to maintain all of our staff and programs with integrity. Like I said, we're not adding any additional staff, nor are we reducing our staff. So our FTEs for the 23-24 budget are the exact same as they will be in the 24-25 budget. There's just a shift in the staff to meet the needs of our growing special education population. This is the breakdown of the totals for our revenue sources. You can really see what it looks like on the pie chart, because the majority of our revenues is the tax levy. 261,251 of that tax levy is for a health care adjustment because of the high increase in the health benefits that we've received. The capital reserve withdrawal is 6.9% of our revenues, but that money can only be used to offset the corresponding expenditure line, which is the roof. And so that's a revenue, but it really can't be used for anything else other than exactly what it was stated in the budget and what the board designated as the project that the funds are going to be used for. The next highest category is 4.6% of the budgeted fund balance. That's from a prior year budget of surplus that we can use to fund the 24-25 budget. State aid is 9.6% of our total revenue. Transportation from other LEAs is 0.1%, but this really helps us offset some of our costs. We have some shared routes for our public schools who were required to transport to Bergen Academies, Bergen Tech, and Bergen Tech, Teterboro, and Bergen Tech Providence. And so we charge the other districts who we transport for that. We also receive 0.1% of Medicaid, which is a program for SEMI. The tuition from the other various school districts is 2.4%. This has been sort of hovering around there. It's a little bit less because, like Dr. Perot mentioned, we have such a demand from our own New Milford students that we're just not able, and we don't have the seats available to offer to other students. The tuition from other individuals is primarily our Over the Moon preschool program that allows us to maintain an integrated program, and so that's parent-paid tuition. Included in that is also if we have any students who elect to come to New Milford that don't live in New Milford, they pay us a tuition. And then this is the total breakdown of our revenues, but again, instead of going through the numbers, I think it's a little bit easier to see it on this because so much of the budget is taken up by salaries at 51.9%, health benefits is 15.7%, facilities, buildings and grounds, utility, energy is 6.2%, the general education budgets, which is comprised of all the administrators and their budgets to run their buildings, is 2.1%, special education is 1.6%, athletics is 0.5%, insurance, which is our umbrella policy and our flood insurance that we use quite often, is 3.9%. Transportation is 2.5%. Included in that is some gas. We spend 0.1% on general education tuition, which is going to Bergen Academies, Bergen Tech. And then we have 5.3, like Dr. Perot mentioned, of the 16 students that are placed out of district, and then the 6.9% is the capital reserve, which matches our revenues. And so this is the impact that it will have to the taxpayer. The average assessed home currently in New Milford is assessed at $332,718. And so that would be a $17.62 increase per month. And for every $100,000, it's $5.30 increase in taxes.
Now to the fun part.
Now to the fun part.
Shane and Eden, are you still with us? Okay, thanks for hanging in there. Okay, great. So now we get to move on to the exciting part, the unveiling of our annual district video. I'd like to thank Ms. Policastro and Ms. Kinley for their leadership throughout this project and really stepping in and taking the lead with all of our students. Historically, we've had two students, and then it grew to 3 students working on the project. And then this year, we kind of tossed the rule book out the window and expanded to 8 students. And said more the merrier, and we had a really, really exciting time. So I would first like to recognize all of the students who collaborated on the project, 2 of which are here to join us this evening. We have sitting with us in the audience tonight, Shane Sinchoko, and we have Aiden Bergman. We also had working with us Juan Hernandez, Christian Cornejo, Elise Breville, Liam Malari, Aliana Estevez, and Nicole Morales. As I've said in years past, this is my favorite project because I get to spend time with our students and go through all of the buildings, and it's just a whole lot of fun. Shane and Aiden, is there anything that I don't want to put you on the spot, you don't have to say anything, but is there anything that you would like to share with the board about your work on the project, or?
Does the video speak for itself?
Hope you guys like it.
It was really fun.
It was
Yeah,
fun.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a favorite part? Or do you want to wait till we see it?
We'll watch it first.
Good. And is the volume on?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I had one word to describe New Milford. New Milford is...
New Milford is innovative.
New Milford is unique.
Explosive. Exponentially great.
A family.
It's amazing.
New Milford is accepted.
New Milford is extravagant.
Is a wonderful place to go to school.
say describes New Milford School District is inclusive. I know that my program focuses on inclusive learning and making sure that all students are working in a universally accessible and inclusive environment to make sure that we're meeting learners where they are and providing them with differentiated education so that they can be as successful as they can.
This year for 2024, we're really focusing on learning new things for Reader's Workshop and Writer's Workshop. And one of the things we are doing is having PD with Chloe Conter, and she's teaching us all new things that we can do with our units of study, and incorporating one of our new units was writing opinion pieces, and we just finished that and working with the students on doing many new writing and reading units and really focusing on our mini lessons and making sure that they are fulfilled with everything that the students need.
I would say one of the things that I love about New Milford is its diversity and inclusiveness. I really love, how there's students from all different countries and different cultures, and that's something great, for the entire district and for our classes, because every student gets to bring a little bit of their own experience with their families, about their culture, their languages, so I enjoy that very much, and I'm sure everybody, all my students do as well.
Berkeley, for me, is a sense of getting to know who the kids are, and we do through morning or afternoon meetings. In our class, we do an afternoon meeting. During this time, it gives the kids a way to express themselves and to talk about things that they've done, and it really allows us to see how we come together as a community, and it allows kids, as well as myself, to learn a lot more about each other, and it brings a real connection to everybody.
About being the principal is really getting to know and forming a relationship with every one of my students and the staff, and really finding out and thinking about what makes individuals tick and how, I can help in any way people and serve them.
best part about being the principal at New Milford High School is working with my students and staff. Every day it's something new, unpredictable at times, but the students really make it special, and I'm very fortunate. I've been the principal here since 2010, and these 14 years have been really the best years of my teaching experience. The best part about 2024 actually was a few moments ago, where I sat with Asla Chelik on her birthday and explained to her that she was our valedictorian for the class in 2024, so that was a special moment.
My favorite part about teaching social studies is that there are constantly new ideas and events that affect our course of history going forward. So it's awesome to take, the events of the past and then connect them with different events that are currently happening now, and it allows you a lot of leeway with students to go over a lot of topics that you don't really get to touch on in other subjects. I think it'd be really impactful to their futures, and it's all information that is helpful to them down the line. The best part of 2024 so far has been the feeling in the building, especially in the high school, with the boys basketball team being in the state playoffs. It's really been cool to see just the climate among the students and everybody coming together in support of the team.
We are proud to say that this is Wings Academy's 8th year. We're still on 18 to 21 transition program, but we are now we're an IBC program too.
Shane and Aiden, thank you for your hard work. Your work on this video really reflects your creativity and collaboration. I do have one question for you, without putting you too much on the spot. How was it, in terms of your experience, working with 8 people on a team who all brought different ideas and thoughts, and it was an extended period of time that we were working together, so how did you find the experience?
It was a learning experience. It was, how do I put it? It was an experience where I could meet up with everyone across high school all the days. And
Shane, would you mind standing? Would you mind standing up? Is that okay? You don't have to. We're just move over to the other. Even if you want to just pull your chair over so we can, because yeah, there now we can see you. That's fine.
It was really fun because I could meet with other people in the grades and go down to the other schools and also wings about finding out what changed too for us. And like today, what really changed in the community, and what new things are now in the schools, and how the children are learning and what they're doing now.
Is it different than when you were down there?
Yeah.
That's great. It's always exciting taking our team to Wings and the other elementary school, which would be the school that whichever student didn't attend. They kind of see the other side. Aiden, is there anything that you want to share?
Yeah, well, first of all, I didn't even know Wings was a thing, so it's really cool to check it out. Going back to all the old schools is like really cool because I got to see a lot of old teachers that I hadn't seen since like COVID and stuff, and it was really cool to like, go to the elementary school again. The middle school, well, I was just there, but you know, it was still cool. Obviously I go here, so it wasn't much different, but it was very cool. And for the project, I thought it was really fun. I thought it was, started off a little confusing because we were all getting our footing, but once we got like a streamlined, like a string of events, like we got the films, I kind of started everyone off. Christian and Nicole, they did like the editing. Juan also did some editing. Everyone did a bunch of stuff, and I thought it was a really good collaborative project.
Yeah. I think from the first time that we met and talked about what we were going to do until the end, when everything started coming together, it just was a lot of progress that was made over the course of time. So it was a pleasure working with the both of you. You keep a lookout for an invitation in the near future. I will be inviting you for a lunch to celebrate with, amongst our team, the 8 of us, your hard work. And we really appreciate all the thought that you put into this. And thank you for coming tonight. Yeah, would you like to?
So I have a question for both of you. First, what year are you both?
I'm a sophomore.
And I'm a freshman.
So, going through this experience, and really sounds very much like this, are you now interested in this type of field in some way?
Can I start? So I've always been kind of exposed to this stuff for like about a couple of years now. My dad, he's right behind me, actually works with a lot of like this type of stuff. So I've always been like somewhat like, I just kind of do it for fun sometimes. And when I got this opportunity, I thought it was pretty cool. So you know, I took it, and I definitely would like to keep on going with it.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah, awesome.
So when I was like in 8th grade, when I was like selecting my electives and stuff, I like found digital media. I didn't know what it was at the time, so I just selected it because I wanted to try something new. And when I first got into digital media, I just took photography of stuff, and it really brought me to a new field of what people can do of taking pictures. And now this year I took what was it, like videography, and yeah, it brought me into what videography is and how it's really fun in its own way.
Great. There are whole fields, as you know with your dad, there are whole fields of professional development and also being able to get into that field somehow. So I'm excited because you're both, you know, freshman, sophomore. So I can't wait until next year.
They already were very professional. I think Ms. Ginley and Ms. Pelcastro would agree with me. When they came, they had their equipment. They had these, I don't even know what all of the equipment is called. We walked around with the stands, the microphones, the big lights that we had to get onto the bus that took us around the schools. So it was really neat to see how well versed they were already with all of this equipment, and even in the editing piece, the components and programming.
Comment.
Yeah.
Just a comment, great job. I thought you guys did an excellent job. If you think it was cool seeing all this stuff since you've been to these elementary schools, I went here many moons ago. It is, I'm not gonna say when, what year I did. Different. It's not, it is, well, we had horse-drawn carriages. But you guys really, I think, captured what makes New Milford special. That has not changed. That it's always been a special place, even when I was back in, you know, the schools over there. So, but you guys really just captured the changes that have been happening, the spirit of the town and the high schools and all the schools. So thank you for that. Joe's older than me.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you for you know, letting us do it as well. So appreciate that.
Thank you, Aidan. Okay, I think that concludes our presentation.
Yes.
I think that concludes our presentation. So thank you for coming this evening. Any questions? No.
Any press confirm the budget presentation?
Any questions
No?
from us?
Yeah.
No. You want to open?
Okay.
Three people. All right. Does anyone in the public have a question?
I'm open to the public.
Open to the public and see if anyone has any questions.
Okay. as outlined in Milford Board of Education Bylaw 0167. Each statement made by a participant shall be limited to 3 minutes. I seek a motion. Okay, seconded by Nicole Dunn. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Does anyone from the public have any questions regarding items on the agenda?
I think they developed
Yeah.
it.
Okay, I seek a motion to close to the public. Stephanie, seconded by Nicole. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
We'll just take a few minutes.
We'll take a few
recess,
minutes.
so- Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Take a
good.
pause? Just take a pause. Okay.
you have a report?
I have good news.
Okay, so Acting Superintendent of Schools Report, Lauren Adoxa.
Okay. I have good news to share with everyone tonight. April has been a great month. It's been quite busy. And on April 18th and 19th, both of our elementary schools welcomed incoming kindergarten students to our schools. The children participated in fun activities with the current kindergarten team, and the parents met with administrators, counselors, and school nurses. Orientation ran smoothly, and these were exciting and heartwarming days. The final session of our Elementary Parent Academy was held on the 17th and focused on social emotional learning and wellness. Our elementary teams received very positive feedback and are already thinking about how to enhance offerings for next year. On April 22nd, students at Berkeley and Gibbs participated in special events in celebration of Earth Day. Both were a huge success, and even the weather worked in our favor. At the middle school, this month, DEO achieved several notable academic distinctions. Firstly, congratulations are in order for Tinley Biggins on her acceptance to the Tech Trek Camp, an esteemed organization for girls passionate about science. We hope she has a wonderful learning experience at the camp. Additionally, we commend Kaylin Bandini for being one of the 24 runners-up in this year's Matman contest. Facing competition from 1,500 students nationwide, Kaylin's achievement highlights her exceptional skills and dedication. In New Milford High School, congratulations to the New Milford High School Students of the Month. 9th grade, Julia Friedberg. 10th grade, Leah Grady. 11th grade, Leonie San Pedro. And 12th grade, Leah Murphy. Special thanks to Mrs. Zachary and the Safety Ambassador Program. NMHS students provided intervention and skits to our second graders at both Berkeley and Gibbs on safety measures in parks and at home. New Milford was selected for this program through the Robert Johnson University Hospital. Shout out to Mr. Adio and our community service students for their recent visit to the Community Food Bank of New Jersey. In athletics, New Milford High School has achieved level 1 status in the NFHS School Honor Roll program for the 2022-2023 school year, marking a significant national recognition of the athletic department's dedication and commitment to our students and community. New Milford High School joins a national community of schools that prioritize the professional development of coaches and the overall learning experience of students. The New Milford High School baseball team will be playing at Cover Stadium, formerly Boulder Stadium, on Tuesday, April 23rd against Park Ridge at 7 p.m. This past weekend marked our annual Pediatric Cancer Softball Classic with 16 teams from around Bergen County participating. Despite initial weather challenges, the day turned out great, resulting in another successful event. Special shout out goes to Jerry Cagney, who dedicated the day to ensuring the fields were safe, lined, and pristine throughout the event. New Milford softball and baseball are excited to announce their second annual Rec Senior Nights. Softball's event will be held on May 7th at Knights Field, facing off against Cresskill at 7 p.m. Baseball celebration will take place on May 10th against Midland Park at La Barbara Field, also at 7 p.m. Stay tuned for announcements regarding senior days for the remaining spring sports. The New Milford Athletics Varsity Awards Dinner is set for June 3rd at Macaluso's in Hawthorne. Invitations have already been sent out to families. The annual golf outing is scheduled for June 24th at Rockley. All funds raised during the event will go towards athletic scholarships. Your support is greatly appreciated. For more information, please contact the athletic office. Current PE teacher and assistant softball coach Patricia Bernardo, formerly Zito of Lodi High School, along with former player, class of 2014, Carly Lesko, will both be honored at the BCWCA County Softball Semifinals as two of the top 50 county softball players of all time. Wow. Congratulations on this honor. And finally, in our technology department, the tech department has been making significant progress with the migration of the new website. with plans for the launch scheduled sometime during the summer. This transition will enhance user experience and communication across all channels, as well as accessibility for our community. More information will follow as it becomes available. And that is all of the good news that I have. Just two reminders. We do have the high school musical, the production of Beauty and the Beast. Show times are Friday evening, 7 p.m., Saturday day, 2 p.m., Saturday evening, 7:30 p.m., Sunday during the day at 2 p.m. And also I want to say it's next Thursday, May 2nd. Is next Thursday, May 2nd already? Wow.
Yeah.
Is our scholarship dinner. And I think that's also at Macaluso's.
No,
No,
Is that Biagio's? Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna look on my way there, so. Wonderful. And that's it for this evening.
You're sending everyone else to Macalusa.
Yeah, I would have sent everybody.
Yeah.
So. And then it's at Biagio's.
Thank you. Do you have the Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction report?
No, we're actually gonna combine them.
Okay.
Moving forward. Just for,
Yeah.
so it's.
Right,
Sounds
you're doing,
like
you're
that.
doing two reports. Business Administrator report?
No, I have nothing for you this evening. Thank you.
Any liaison board committee reports? Tony?
Just tonight, we have the first reading of a whole bunch of policies and regulations. The committee met, I think just prior to spring break, virtually, and the majority of what the board's going to approve tonight in first reading is really a bunch of semantics. As laws change in the state, therefore the policies change. And I appreciate the support of the committee. It is somewhat of a long night. Mr. Dossett got us through it. And looking forward to more policies in the future.
Perfect. Anyone else?
After our discussion yesterday about the status of certain things that were going on, I did reach out to the members of the Finance Committee, and we are going to meet in the very near future to kind of talk about some of the statuses of these things, the projects, potential referendum, where we are with the architecture company, and then we'll bring whatever findings we have and discussions we have to the larger board.
Perfect. Anyone else? Any correspondence?
None this evening.
Okay, board action. I seek a motion for BA 23-24.76, .77, .78, .79, .80, .81, .82. I need a second. Paige Ryan, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, Educational Programs and Curriculum Committee, Stephanie Coffinger.
I make a motion to seek approval for C 23-24.31 and .32. I need a second?
So I need to abstain from 23-24.32 as my family gives out 2 scholarships that are part of that approval.
Okay, I need a second. Cheryl Calderon, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, opposed? Personnel recommendations. Having the recommendation of the superintendent, I seek a motion for B 22-23.163, P 23-24.52, .84, .101, .106, .111, .116, .117, .118, .119, .120, .121, .122, .123, .124. I need a second. All done. Roll call.
Mr. Albro?
Yes.
Ms. Calderon?
Yes.
Mr. DeCosta? Ms. Coffinger?
Yes.
Mr. Luna?
Yes.
Ms. Ryan?
Yes.
Vice President Dunn?
Yes.
President Gomez?
Yes. Okay. Facilities and Finance and Facilities Committee, Cheryl Calderon.
I seek a motion for the following: F23-24.148, .202, .203, .214, .215, .216, .217, .218, .219, .220, .221, .222, .223, .224, .225, .226, .227, .228, .229, .230, .231, .232, .233, .234, .235, .236, .237, and .238. And with special thanks, obviously, the administration Dr. Kuchar, Mrs. Odowska, just for the work that you did in putting together the budget.
I need a second. Paige Ryan, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Athletics and Co-Curricular Committee, Nicole Dunn.
I seek a motion for AC 23-24.17, .18, .19, and I'd also again just like to acknowledge the people who have volunteered for some of the positions that are listed.
Yes, thank you everyone for volunteering. Need a second? Stephanie Coffinger, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Policy Committee, Anthony Albero.
This evening, I'm seeking the board's support as I make a motion for the first reading of the following policy regulations. This resolution is POL 2324.5, Policy 1140, Policy 1523, Policy 1530, Regulation 1530, Policy 1550, Regulation 2200, Policy 2260, Regulation 2260, Policy 2411, Policy 3211, Regulation 5440, Policy 5570, Policy 5750. We're moving to abolish 5755, Policy 5841, Policy 5842, it was a long night, Policy 7610, Regulation 7610, Policy 9323, Policy 2423, Regulation 2423, Policy 2431.4, Regulation 2431.4. Those are the recent updates in the state. And then in Resolution Policy 2324.6, the committee, under Ms. Adaska's leadership, looked at some existing policies that we observed needed some revision. So we are putting forward for the first reading Policy 2418, Policy 2430, and Regulation 2430.
Need a second? Paige Ryan, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, any old business? Any new business? Okay, open to the public as outlined in Milford Board of Education Bylaw 0167. Each statement made by a participant shall be limited to 3 minutes. I seek a motion. Joe Bloom, seconded by Nicole Dunn, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Anyone from the public?
Matt, you have any question?
Okay. I seek a motion to close to the public. Paige Ryan, seconded by Nicole Dunn, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any board member requests for additional information? Tony?
When the time is right, I would love to know how many of our current 8th graders were accepted to the county school system, not necessarily parochial, but the county school systems. I know their acceptances are coming out now, so I'd be curious to know how many students are accepted from the current 8th grade class.
Like Bergen Academy?
Okay.
I have one thing. I don't know if it's appropriate for additional information, old business or new business, and there's nobody here for me to hear this, but I wanted to recognize, in the process of creating the budget, I wanted to recognize really the work that was, the collaboration that was done between the board and the teachers union. And some of the things that we discussed and the concessions that were made really on both sides to compromise to get the budget to where it is. So I wanted to just recognize that that they did do their part too as far as getting to where we are with the budget.
Anyone else?
No, last night there was a request for more information regarding the number of hits from the start of the school year in September. We pulled that. I'm not sure that it made it into the reports folder. If it's not in there, I will include that in my update.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. I seek a motion to adjourn. Tony Albro, seconded by Cheryl Calderon, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, our next meeting is Tuesday, May 14th. Thank you.
It is. It is.
Already closed, not opening.
Don't worry, no one's coming.
They don't.